So this is the XAUUSD analysis for Monday the 20th of August. Now let's just have a look at prices and where prices may likely go. So previously we've had prices trade beyond the 1164.19. We trade all the way down towards 1160. We've had a pretty strong reaction. I did speculate that it may just be the low here on the XAUUSD. But whatever the case may be, we'll see what happens in the coming weeks, days, weeks, or months. We've had the prices come down towards that 1160, found support in around 1160. We've had a test of that 1180, brief pullback down towards that 1172. Didn't quite test that 1170.63. What we did instead see was a brief consolidation, retested the 1180, and we've broke beyond the 1180. Now these candles do appear pretty small in size, so we do have to hold a degree of caution here. And the open to close range is pretty narrow, so we may just see a bit of a retracement on the XAUUSD. So if we do see this retracement, we'll look to see whether 1180 does hold for support. Previous active resistance could act as support. If it does hold the support in around 1180, we're then looking for price head up towards that 1192 here. Previously an area we found support before seeing this retracement, minor support in around 1192, successful break from which we're looking for price head up towards 1199, while being aware of a 200 period moving average which could act as dynamic level of resistance. Beyond the 1199, we're looking for a move up towards that 1204.69, and if we do have quite a bit of volatility in the coming days or so, beyond the 400 period moving average currently sitting in around that 1208, we will then look at prices head up towards that 1214.26 here on the XAUUSD. If, however, on a retracement down towards that 1180, we are not able to hold support, we'll be then looking for price head down towards 1170.63, successful break from which 1164. Beyond that, we're looking for 1160, our major low here, where we did see that sharp acceleration momentum before seeing this rather strong retracement here on the XAUUSD. What we'll do now is have a look here at the higher time frame, see our price here developing. So here on this monthly chart, we do continue to hold a rather bearish stance here on the XAUUSD. As we can see, we've had a pretty, after having this consolidation and the subsequent breakdown on the XAUUSD, we've had pretty sharp sell side momentum here. More recently, consistently, our candles from a monthly time frame perspective have closed near their lows. And while we have seen quite a sharp retracement from that 1160, we do have to be aware that the overall trend on the market here has been to the downside on the XAUUSD. What we'll do now is have a look here at the weekly chart. So on this weekly chart here of the XAUUSD, we can see here we've encountered the 400 period moving average. I've encountered resistance at the 400 period moving average on several occasions, and more recently we've had a pretty consistent sell-off here from the XAUUSD from a breakdown from that 400 period moving average. We've seen that sharp acceleration to the downside, as can be seen by this rather large bearish candle from a weekly time frame perspective, but we've had a pretty strong retracement from the candle's lows last week. So we may just see that bullish buy side momentum follow through to the upside here. And if that does happen to be the case, we are looking for price head up towards that 1199, possibly beyond that towards that 1204 and that 1214 as mentioned previously. If we do see that follow through from near the end of last week, continue to the upside on the XAUUSD. And we'll have a look here at the it's somewhat counter trend, so we do have to hold a degree of caution in that sense. And suppose from the weekly, so let's just have a look here at the daily chart. And on this daily chart, we do have we can see here, after breaking down, we've had a pretty consistent sell-off, brief consolidations, further pullbacks. We've had this sharp acceleration to the downside beyond the 1164. It seemed to be one last push by the bears all the way down towards 1160. Posted a bit of a doji from there. And as we can see, we have a degree of bullishness come back into the market. So we'll see if we continue to hold beyond the 1180 for a potential for a possible continuation towards that 1199, 1204, and at 1214 here on the XAUUSD. If we do break down, however, beyond the 1180, we've mentioned the 1160. Our previous lows, but if we do break beyond that, also we're looking for a move down towards that 1143 here on the XAUUSD. And with that said, that pretty much wraps up the XAUUSD analysis. Thanks for watching.